Hey man, shout out to the ones catching the playback. I'm the Black Horseman. Another topic today. Hold on, man. As soon as I start this live, I gotta do this situation. Hold on. But we're gonna talk about David Benavidez. Um, man, I noticed that when you do certain topics, people will get in your comment section and troll and stuff like that. I can troll too, but I actually can put up content. A lot of y'all just comment bangers, as they call y'all. Um, and that's it. But I think I'm gonna shed some attention on some of y'all's comments today. And I think that sometimes, man, when people are making these comments and opinions and stuff like that, they looking at it only from one perspective. Um, I always try to look at it. If the shoe was on the other foot, or if the roles were reversed, how would the response be? So that's all I'm doing in this particular topic is, what if the roles were reversed? Would the reaction be the same? I noticed that Jerron Boots Ennis joining Camp Canelo, um, it's caused a lot of mixed reactions. And um, there's some people that are stating that, but Boots don't owe Crawford nothing. Canelo wouldn't even, I mean, Crawford wouldn't even give him the fight. He didn't even want to give him no action and stuff like that. A lot of people say Bud Duck Boots, so he don't owe him nothing. So you know, they gave him a pass, you know. And so a lot of the arguments that they make for Boots, I look at it and I'm like, well, what if the roles were reversed? David Benavidez kind of the same situation, but um a lot longer dealing with the situation that Boots had to deal with. Yeah, Boots was maybe been chasing Bud Crawford for a couple years or whatnot when he got in position to fight for, exercise is mandatory and fight for a title. But, you know, David Benavidez had been avoided by the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, for multiple years. And a lot of people, you know, treated David Benavidez as if like he didn't deserve an opportunity. Um, they gave him the Canelo treatment. Yeah, yeah, you want payday type thing. And this man just truly wanted to prove that he was the best 168 pounder. So since he didn't get no love, since he didn't get no his title shot with the top dog in the division, maybe David Benavidez should join Crawford. Why not, man? You know what I'm saying? Would he be within his, you know what I'm saying, right to do that because of how he got dissed by Team Canelo? Since he didn't get the fight with Team Canelo. Is it cool for David Benavidez to go over there? And people might say, "Oh man, fighting David Benavidez, that's not going to help him get prepared. It's a whole different style." I'm hearing a lot of the same stuff. They saying, "Yeah, it's good work, but Bud and Boots is two different fighters." But it will be a good look for David Benavidez, right? In the midst of his fight coming up with Anthony Yarde, to get over there and get some work. Um, and Bud can get used to fighting a bigger fighter. The guy who's the former 168-pound champ. That would be some good work for Bud Crawford. Be able to deal with somebody who's gonna pressure you, because I know Canelo gonna bring pressure. I don't think Canelo got the quicker hand speed as David Benavidez, but why not, man? Since since his Deuce is teaming up, since Boots is teaming up with Canelo, what about David Benavidez teaming up with Bud Crawford? You know what I'm saying? And how will people respond to that? Will people think that David Benavidez is a traitor? You know, would they think that? Would y'all not feel some type of way about David Benavidez trying to help Bud Crawford? You know, when this is Canelo Alvarez's big event, big fight, would they say, "Oh, you hating on another Mexican"? You know, why are you trying to help Bud Crawford beat your fellow countrymen? Why would you do that? You know. But then he could say, "Well, fuck you, Canelo. You ducked me, and you never respected me. You know, He disrespected the shit out of David Benavidez on multiple accounts. Like this man is didn't earn his position in the sport. Talking about he don't bring nothing but extra weight, you know. And I just think that that's highly disrespectful for him to do that. You know what I'm saying? But when I talk about big champ shit on this side, David Benavidez meets that criteria. You know, um, these two fighters, David Benavidez and Bud Crawford, is they in my top five of favorite fighters. You know, I think it's probably Usyk, Crawford, Benavidez, Bivol, and who would I put in my fifth slot? That fifth one, I'm not sure on that fifth one. Yeah, I reserved the fifth. But those are that's my and David Benavidez is not the most skilled guy, but as far as what I like in is in a boxer, somebody who will fight any and everybody. He about to fight Anthony Yarde. He don't have to fight Anthony Yarde. You know what I'm saying? But he don't want it just the easy way. You know what I'm saying? They upgraded him to champ because of this WBC situation with Bivol. But he like, okay, well, give me a former champ, give me the best available contender that we got out here. You know, if Bivol got a surgery situation, if Better Biev is tied into this rematch with Bivol and they got to handle these situations, if I can't get the best, give me the next best. And Anthony Yarde is one of them guys that he's very skillful, man. I'm sure that there's some things in Buzz camp that they can show him some different looks to help him get prepared for Yarde. Yarde ain't just no big, strong, light heavyweight. The motherfucker got skills. He got good defense, good reflexes. Guy can fight. David ain't no punk, man. And it's strange to me how, you know, um, somebody like Canelo all these years been the Mexican face of boxing, but nobody even wanted to even give this man any type of um, credit or even put him in that category of a Mexican face of boxing because I mean I think he's a strong candidate for that. You know, still undefeated. You know, um, he had little hiccups in the past, just like Canelo had hiccups. His hiccups wasn't as bad as Canelo's. You know, and the dude learned from his. He owned up to his mistakes. He accepted his punishment, his suspension, and since then been beating ass, man. Belt to ass promotions, man. Dave Benavidez, man, has just been the truth, man. You know, take all the race and color, all that shit away. David Benavidez has been the truth, man. He been the one that's, you know, the shit that we say, you know, being on some big champ shit, not ducking, willing to unify, you know, going up in weight now, challenging himself. I mean, come on, man. Let me pull this up, dude, just to make sure I'm not tripping, just so I can just, refresh my own memory on what type of fighter um David Benavidez is. Drop the box rack, man. I ain't got that much time, man. Some shit came up, so I gotta handle something. But yeah, man. 6'2" orthodox, still young, only 28. His fight is in November, you know. It'll be a good promo, you know what I mean? Good little promo push going into your fight if you wanted to, David Benavidez. I'm low key trolling the um the trollers, low key. But also at the same time, thought provoking content as well to make you think about this shit. Like, y'all would be cool with the Mexican monster helping Bug get ready for Canelo. Would y'all be cool with that shit? To bet you be quiet in the comment section. Crickets. But look, Anthony Yarde, he got Anthony Yarde coming up. Had David Morrell, Olizana Vostik, Demetrius Andre, another guy Canelo avoided. Fought Caleb Plant, David Lemieux, Karan Davis, Ronald. They got Anthony Durrell. It's like even Jalen Love. That's that Errol Spence moment with tequila. I fought Chris Algieri. You know, David he fought Jalen Love, man. Come on now. But yeah, man, David Benavidez. That's one of my favorite fighters, man. You know, um, the guy's the truth, man. He's the truth. I gotta give him the credit. When it's all said and done, I think that you know, uh, yeah, Canelo Alvarez is gonna be remembered for what he's done in the sport of boxing, but so will David Benavidez, man. He's gonna be known for being a bad motherfucker. To the greats, they're gonna be like, that was a bad motherfucker right there. He wanted to fight everybody, and he 30-0. So it's like he might get some L's down the road. But people gonna say like, you know what, man, he was willing to get in there. That's why he got a few L's. If he ended up with a few, they're gonna be like, the reason why he got L's is because he was fighting everybody. And dudes was running, ducking. Face of boxing didn't even want that smoke. You know, so come on now. Um, yeah, man, skipped over this guy Dave Benavidez. Fought Bevel, fought Kovalev. All these guys around the same size. But he only bring nothing 20 pound more. Shut your soft ass up. So I mean, yeah, shout out to Canelo. This could be a cherry pick gone wrong, fighting Bud Crawford. And but a lot of people don't keep the same energy with a lot of this shit, you know. And if the roles were reversed, they wouldn't have this type, what I mean, they wouldn't be giving uh David, a lot of them will be giving David Benavidez a pass for this. They'll say, hey man, you a fucking traitor, man. You're a fucking hater. You're trying to get some clout off Canelo Alvarez. You trying to, and then they'll try to roast him and say, "Oh, look, he broke. He need a he need a payday from Bud Crawford. He's a sparring partner." They'll roast him, man. Y'all be flaming too, Mexican fans. Y'all know that shit. Y'all flame the shit out of Dave Benavidez, like broke ass. He getting 12 G's to spar Bud Crawford, clout chaser. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. That's what I think what happened. You know, um, but because Boots is going over to help Canelo, Canelo got the moistest fanboys on the planet. Then these people run out here and say, "Oh man, what do you mean? He doesn't owe Crawford anything. He doesn't owe him anything. He's getting work. He needed to work on this different things. So Canelo was great work. Now he's man downgraded to a sparring partner, man. From champ, former unified champ to sparring partner to get prepared for a tune-up. Luis Malima being. So yeah, man. Shout out to Bud Crawford though, stepping up and facing somebody who is got a lot more advantages over him, and he's going for legacy, man. 3-time undisputed. Shout out to David Benavidez stepping up, st- um, you know, defending his new status as a light heavyweight champ versus a certified light heavyweight, man. You know what I mean? Anthony Yarde ain't no punk, man. Anthony Yarde is the real deal. You feel me? And David Benavidez is going to get more credit for beating Anthony Yard than Canelo will get for possibly beating Canelo, man. Because a lot of people will be like, well, hey, man, this is he was bigger than him. He was a bigger fighter, and historically the percentages of smaller fighters jumping up those multiple weight classes, it don't go their way, man. So people is not going to be shocked that Bud get his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of safe fight promotions that Canelo be on. David Benavidez is like, nah, man, I don't want no Mir Khan, Bud Crawford work. Yeah, somebody tried to even ask him about facing Bud Crawford. I don't know if he changed his mind about in other interviews, but one interview he just laughed like, "Come on, man, knock it off." That's not even. He don't want that type of shit. Hold on, real quick. All right, my bad, y'all. I gotta handle this business. So anyway, man, I'm sorry I gotta cut this short. I meant for this to be like a good hour stream or some shit. But ain't gonna happen. Let me see if anybody pulled up that I know about. Read a few and raise on up, man. Who we got, man? Yuli X, what's happening, family? Benavidez, KO's, Crawford. So, TJ Rap. Yeah, man, I agree. I think if that fight ever happened, bro, I would probably pick Benavidez too, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe Crawford sees something with the Canelo shit. So I didn't say he was going to win. I'm rooting for him. Best of luck, man, to Bud Crawford. But I definitely would not recommend David Benavidez smoke. Work with him in sparring. Yeah, you know what I mean? And take a picture like Boots and Canelo did. But don't sign to fight this man. That's a no go. David Benavidez don't have the same attributes to Asset Crawford Canelo to me. Maybe the Mexican fans may be upset. However, they be the ones saying he ain't Mexican. Great comment. Shout out to Yuli X, man. Usyk best all American boxers. Um, yeah, man. He beat American boxers. He wait. How many American boxers did Usyk fight? He definitely whipped all them UK fighters though, for sure. But I still favor Usyk to beat all these American heavyweights. 'Cause these American heavyweights ain't on shit. Canelo with KO Crawford says DJ Rap. Um, oh yeah, might. It's strong possibility, my friend. He said, I ain't even Mexican. You ain't gotta be Mexican to think that. Shit, that's just, physics possibly tell you, like, man, this motherfucker been, Mike Tyson neck, and he been hooking and uppercutting the shit out of, smaller fighters. So, yeah, they dropped off, in my opinion. On the decline? Okay. So maybe David Benavidez caught him at the right time promotions. Okay. I still think he's an issue. Benavidez with a stroke. Shut up. I think they will push Jaime McGee as the next Mexican fighter to push after Canelo. I mean, he on the juice, so he on the right path. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, maybe that's a part of the that got to be on your resume. If you apply for face of boxing, they got to look on the resume and say, I don't see no PEDs, so nah, we gonna skip this one. Throw that one in the shredder. No African American can beat Benavidez. Oh wow, wow. I'll never let an African American beat me. Remember Bernard Hopkins said that? That's your opinion. Usyk is better than Muhammad Ali. Okay. Skirt. Now you're trolling. Now you're going a little too far. Shout out to Usyk. He's not better than Muhammad Ali, man. Dave Benavidez brings 40 pounds. Right. He's 35 pounds more. Nothing else. Canelo KO's Benavidez. Shout out to homie trolling. Uh, let's see. Canelo Alvarez should spar. Dang. Yeah, man. It might be some good work. Southpaw. Yeah, man. It'll be some good work for Tank to get ready for Jake Paul. That might be the next topic. I'm joking. I'm done with this trolling shit. But yeah, man, y'all somebody might as well do that topic. Should Tank join Canelo Alvarez? Give Canelo Alvarez some work too. Might as well, man. Jamel, Charlo, Errol Spence, Tank, all y'all go over there, man. Y'all have been doing a lot of ducking lately, man. So it's y'all might as well be sparring partners, man. Why are these duckers turning into sparring partners? Riddle me that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they're doing. They just sparring. They're not in the boxing ring, man. Most of these guys. But Booz is on some little champ shit. And Jamel, Arrow, and Tank. Flaming shame. Hear that Crawford is the favorite now? Is he? Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna feed into none of that. I think that it's close, man. I think that it should definitely be whoever's favorite shouldn't be no more. It shouldn't be no damn 200. Be like a plus 108, plus 100 something, man. Not no twos and threes on up. That's I don't think it's gonna be like that. Jake Paul is a clown. He a good promoter though, man. I gotta give Jake Paul. He's a good promoter. Y'all left the door open, doing all this ducking and tune-up special stuff. So that's when it left the door open for these YouTubers to start doing this tune-up exhibition type stuff. You're like, oh, okay, they ain't on shit. So matter of fact, Jake Paul came in flaming Canelo. Talking about, yeah, you're a ducker. You're ducking, bro. You're ducking Demetrius Andrade, bro. Duck, he was flaming the shit out of Canelo. And Canelo was turning red. Canelo almost fought Jake Paul for that shit. You know? Y'all don't flame him enough. That's why he keep doing this weak shit. Canelo be doing some weak ass shit because y'all don't flame him, man. You know? Now, some people just don't give a fuck, Like we was talking about Tank. Tank gets cooked. Okay. But Tank don't care. You know. Little ignorant motherfucker right there. He don't give a shit about being no ducker. And maybe Canelo's the same way because of the paycheck. But if you want your legacy to be in Duckville, then okay, man. Duck Boulevard it is, homeboy. USA heavyweight boxing is trash for a while now. That's a fact, man. I don't care where you from. Anybody that says that, I am in America and I will second that. I will, co-sign that comment. You know, everybody has every right to flame American heavyweights right now because it is a cesspool. It is a pitiful sight. American boxers be on Twitter mostly, man. I'm only 23. Hey, yeah, man, never mind. I don't even want to go down that path. The Jared Anderson and whatever, man. Horrible. Tank Davis needs to spar bigger guys to get ready. Jake Paul, yeah, see, that'd be good work for Tank to spar Canelo. And yeah, who should Jake Paul spar to get ready for Tank? Interesting. Gary Russell. Nah, I'm joking. Not Gary Russell. Lamont. See how these topics come up? Jake Paul should spar Lamont Roach, fam. What the fuck does Lamont owe Tank, right? How would the culture feel about Lamont Roach sparring Jake Paul, y'all? See? Y'all see what y'all did? See what happened, Boots? See what you did, Boots? Yeah, man. These damn cherry pickers and tune up, these cherry pickers and duckers are ruining the sport, man. Making this shit go south, man. Oh yeah, they be saying Tank be KOing heavyweights. He said, anyways, LOL, if you believe Ellie setback. Yeah, man. Ellie sucks sacks over there. Always be talking about Tank is the most greatest fighter in the world. Shut your whole ass up. Professional boxers kept acting like clowns, so Jake Paul started a circuit. Yeah, man. Yeah. Facts, bro. The sport of boxing was on some sucker shit, so Jake Paul did what he like, all right, whatever, man. Shit, I'm gonna go get this bag real quick. JP is now the face of American boxing, man. More popular than Canelo now. I think he might be more popular than Canelo now or some shit. And he got his own promotion company. Where's Canelo's promotion company, man? He began thotted around from PBC to Matchroom to just all over the place, man. You know what I mean? Like he hates Oscar so damn much. But what did you learn? Oscar went from face of boxing to having a successful promotional stable where pretty much all of these great fighters that we see today, he had a lot of them before they even blew up. Where's your fighters, Canelo? What are you doing to position, So, like Bob Arum old ass was talking about, it's just horrible. He's just like he's only there to collect a check. To collect a check. It's like he's just the only fighter who's just constantly fighting tune-ups. He said, "LOL, that would be funny." Roach is hard to kill. Yeah, man. Lamont Roach is the next one to do some shit like this, man. To break code, quote unquote. Fuck it. They've been a Benavidez, go ahead and break code. Lamont Roach, you feel me? Jake Paul should really bring in Roach. You know what I mean? That would be genius. Genius marketing scheme. You know what I mean? And take the smile, cheesing just like how Canelo and Boots was. You know, we're brothers. Had to take that old happy ass smile. Jake Paul and Mont Roach, man. Matching beards, just different colors and shit, you know? Got the Ricky Ross beards. And yeah, man, they could just have a roast session. That'll be fire. Matter of fact, I don't know if Jake Paul got a podcast or something, but if he did, he could just bring him on, interview him, and they could just roast tank for like 3 hours or some shit. You know what I mean? It's true Jake Paul is the face of American boxing. I don't like it. I mean, this is what this shit turned into. You see what I'm saying? You got even Tank bound down to A side Jake. So yeah, man. And I bet probably after this fight, Jake Paul and Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So everybody gonna be bound down. Kaepernick status to Jake Paul. Watch. Top ranked boxing. Its stars is terrible. Yeah, I gotta get out of here though, man. Jake Paul would do something like that. He that kind of troll. Yeah, man, he's probably the biggest troll in boxing. And he got his own promotional company. Like, yeah, leave that man alone. You know what I mean? When he did that got your hat shit with Floyd, I said, oh yeah, man, y'all better leave this kid alone, dog. This dude right here different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I gotta handle this business real quick. Um, be more topics to come, man. You know, Jake is just a good promoter. He understands the business side of it and putting money in the fighter pocket. Shout out to Amigo, man. That's a good comment. You're right, man. He's a good promoter. He's put money in these fighters' pockets, males and females. And you know, you see, about to get Javante Davis giving him a reward. About to give him a payday after he just legally smacked up. After he had smacked up one of his chicks or whatever. So you know, is what it is, man. Jake Paul is like, you know, slowly taking over the sport of boxing. Seemed like it was Turkey Al Sheik and Jake Paul, really. So that's all I got, man. The Black Horseman. Shout out to the whole UGC. Check out the click on the channels tab. And for the ones catching the playback, y'all leave a comment below, man. You know, should they been the videos, go over there and join Bud Crawford, man. You see what I'm saying? And do y'all think people will have the same energy, you know, and be defending David Benavidez like they defending Boots doing the sucker shit? You know what I mean? Because I just still think it's some sucker shit. I would think it would be some sucker shit for David Benavidez. And be all honest with y'all, it would be some sucker shit to me for David Benavidez to run over there to Bud Cropper's camp just out of spite because you know because you feeling some type of way that Canelo didn't give you no action. So go over there and try to just be buddy buddy with Canelo's enemy. No, it's some sucker shit still. So even if Lamont Lamont Rose go over there and work with Jake Paul, that's some sucker shit too. I'm trolling about all this, but it's some sucker shit. I'm showing y'all how ridiculous this shit is, man. That's all I got, man. Catch y'all.